I'm gonna go on a little rant. I honestly saw the movie. I honestly thought it was an okay movie. I thought it was decent. The rant is not towards Kraven, the hunter. The rant is not towards them. The rant is towards the critics. The rant is towards the people. When you guys start to say it was a bad movie, the rhino didn't look like this. The rhino run. You get all with your bullshit. The movie wasn't bad. And if you guys are gonna, especially the critics who are giving it 13%, 16%, or I don't know, what was it, 30? But you give Thor Love and Thunder a fresh 66%? Get the fuck out of here with that fucking bullshit. Love and Thunder was fucking ass. Eternals wasn't that good. The Marvels weren't that great. What else came out that was kind of crappy? I don't know, because I stopped watching them because the MCU wasn't that great. Oh, Ant-Man, which a lot of people think it was a bad movie, but people giving shit because they believe that the MCU is this greatest thing of cinematic, blah, blah. They were good. And yes, maybe Deadpool 3 did kind of save them. And maybe we're going to start to see a turn. But the MCU is not that great, people. And to give shit to Kraven the Hunter is beyond stupid. Now let's get into the real thing. I had to get that out of my chest because I think it's bullshit that they're shitting on this nice movie. It was a good origin story. They had a great concept in the beginning when he was young. And then when he's older and is like 16 years later and all that, that's where the action sets in, and I guess that's where people start giving a shit. Which I thought, I'm like, all right, we can only do so much, but the acting wasn't bad. The story wasn't. It's a hunter. He gets places. He has a list. He's checking it twice. Be it naughty or nice. No, but it's basically what the trailer showed you is that he's a hunter, and that he's hunting out bad people. Right? We understand that Kraven is a bad guy. I understand that it's a Sonyverse that tried to do all this together, right? That they brought in Morbius, that they brought in Madam Web, the three Venom movies, now Kraven. And regardless of the situation, Kraven doesn't deserve the bad hit that it's getting. It doesn't. It was a really decent movie. Did it need the rated R? I don't think so. I don't think it needed the rated R. I think the brother dynamic, I wish there could have been a little bit more. I wish it could have been a little bit more. You didn't get that lover boyfriend thing, but we got the brother dynamic thing. But I wish it could have been a little bit more. But I do love that there was somewhat of a dynamic. How one is trying to get loved by his dad. Then the dad loves this guy, but he doesn't want to be part of that world. So it's like between those three guys, I think the story was moving along well. Where the brother's like, you don't need him. He's a bad guy. This is like he wants him to be accepted. So there's a dynamic that could have been explored more, but at the end of the day, it is an action movie. So again, I tell you guys, what's the shit again? Where's the bad part? You have a guy that lives in the forest, that lives in the jungle in Russia, that hunts and protects animals and all that. I don't get it. I don't honestly. I don't get it where that issue comes from. We had four villains, right? You guys saw the Rhino. We had the tourist. We had the chameleon, and then of course we had the Russian mobster, Craven's dad, which was played by what is this? Russell Crowe, which he also did good. All of them did good. I think even Aaron Taylor Johnson, he did his thing. He did his thing. The weakest one, if you can put a weak one, would be the Rhino, because his character is almost feels like Mr. Hyde and Dr. Jekyll, right? Dr. Hyde or Dr. Mr. Jekyll, whatever it's called. Where when he's this scrawny guy, he's just talking weak. He laughs at everything. He feels like down. But when he becomes a Rhino, he's a badass. It's like when they say you give a little guy, you give a small guy, you give any human power, and you're gonna get the real person that he is. So that's how he is. He gets that power of being the Rhino, and then he becomes this guy that he doesn't care, or like he's indestructible and things like that. He believes that. As far as the tourist goes, how he slowed down time, I thought it was a cool concept, but again, he was more like a let's have him there, but let's throw him away. I do wish they could have concentrated more on the Rhino. I know maybe the CGI wasn't that good there or something, but I wish we could have concentrated more on the Rhino so that we could have explored more his villains so that we can like him more instead of dividing the villains between Russell Crowe, the Rhino, and the Taurus. They should just deleted the Taurus and just kept the Rhino. As far as the Chameleon, you can tell they were setting up for a sequel. Unfortunately, I heard that they're giving up on the Sonyverse and they're going to concentrate on Spider-Man 4, as they should. I myself never gave shit to all the other properties of Marvel, even if they were not done by the MCU, because yes, sometimes it could have, if you had given a chance, it could have worked really well. I do believe sometimes people get it in their heads that the MCU is the only way to go because they want them all in house. No, sometimes it's good to put them out there, but when you have a guy that's a villain and you don't properly make him a villain by the end of the movie, then how is Spider-Man supposed to fight him? Just like Venom. Venom's a bad guy before he turns into a good guy. But in these ones, he was a good guy. But we never came to a conclusion how he was going to become a bad guy. Same with Morbius, right? Morbius is a bad guy. And how are we going like that's the only thing that I hated about the Sony villain verse was that we never got to a point of how are they going to turn bad so they can fight Spidey. We never got that, and that's where I'm like, oh, come on, like, for Kraven, spoiler alert, spoiler, right? I thought they were gonna kill off the brother, so that's where Kraven becomes the bad guy because he lost hope in all humanity, and the way they made it seem is that because he spoiler still if you fast forward it because he technically does kill his father, even though he had moral codes, thus he kind of becomes a villain. But I'm like, it wasn't impact. It was not impact. Other than that, the movie had some solid good action scenes. It did not need a rated R. I've always said if you're gonna go rated R. Show the brutality, show the blood, like show a little bit of gore. Same way as Logan. Same way as Deadpool and Wolverine, even Deadpool themselves. All those Red R movies, don't be shy. Don't shy away. Go for it. Go for the gustos. Chop off some heads. You're already rated R. You're already rated R. So might as well go for it. Could have done better? Could have they done better with the movie? They could. They could have. Yes, they could have. I don't think it was a bad movie. I don't think it was a. Do I believe it's a great movie? No, it was not a great movie. It was a good, solid action movie. It was a good movie. It was a good superhero movie. Yeah. Um, the CGI was choppy, but nonetheless, I thought it was pretty solid. I'm not gonna give too much shit to it. Aaron Taylor Johnson really did feel like Craven, and I am guilty that I would say I did not want him as Craven, but he did a solid good thing, and I liked him more than Quicksilver. That's all I can say. Hopefully, we get him back when Spider-Man 4 or 5 or however they're gonna do it. Hopefully, we do get him back because I believe he is a solid. He's a solid actor, but the character I think they did pretty good justice. As far as the Rhino, I liked it way better than Paul Giamatti's fucking robot. Can we do something? Could they have done something better? I mean, other than this part of the face, I'm like, it was good. I don't know what else you want. Maybe make it more accurate. Well, like, come on, guys. If we're gonna be picky about it, what? Because he was wearing pants. I don't like. I don't know what else. we can go other than trying to make it more better. I thought it was good. I liked how the Rhino looked. I'm sorry if you guys didn't like it. Let me know why. What's the reason? Was it because it's not comic accurate, where you can see his face and then two holes for the Rhino? Okay, cool, whatever, right? I do like the fact they did that. Um, I liked it again. I didn't have any issues with the Rhino himself, other than I wish I could have seen more of him. The chameleon at the end, that was pretty cool. They showed his white mask. I'm like, boom. I don't think we're gonna see a Kraven 2. Unfortunately, the kid was a good actor. I like the way that he mimicked the voices and all that. That was pretty cool. I thought they were gonna kill him off. They didn't. Oh, sorry, my bad. E- Everything else was good. I mean, like I said, I thought it was a silly movie. If I can give you guys like a rating, a 6.8 out of 10. 6.8 out of 10. It's close to a 7. I can easily say 7 because I'm feeling nice. I'm feeling nice as a kid. But yeah, I mean, I just wish it could have been more. Maybe a 6.7 out of 10. It's there. Like 6.775. Who knows? You know how I do my ratings. They're fucking weird. Live with them. But that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking between a 6.7, 6.8 out of 10. It's not a solid 7, but it's not a 6 for sure. It's not a 6.5. So it's right there. 6.7 out of 10. Um, what was my favorite scene? Not gonna lie, probably the chopper scene. Maybe the chopper scene. The escape part was pretty cool too. The Rhino when he's like, I probably the helicopter. I don't know. No, there was no scenes that can give me like like no. There was no scene that was like, oh, that was a toda madre. I don't think there was something like, even when he's killing off the guys in the forest or in the truck. There was no one scene that was like a toda madre. There was none of them. So I can't give you guys that. I'm sorry. It wasn't a memorable. There wasn't a lot of memorable action sequences where I'm like, oh, that was cool. Like a lot of the stuff you had seen already. So nothing impactful. That's why I said if you were gonna go rated R, go for the gusto. But anyways, people, if you saw it and you hate it, let me know why. What's the reason? If you guys disliked it, let me know why. If you guys did see it and you want to share on the comments, comment down below. You guys have a great day. Have an awesome night and a wonderful morning.